The history of the Maronite in Australia is a story of how a people strong in faith and growing in love held fast to what was good. With a strong and profound faith built on the love of God and the Church, the Maronites worked tirelessly in a new land to establish themselves and their families. Around the year 1850, it is recorded that the first Lebanese arrived in Australia, and the first Maronites to have arrived in 1854 and resided in Adelaide. As the political, religious and social instabilities in Lebanon increased, so did the number of Lebanese immigrants. 1,374 kilometers away, in Sydney to be precise, the Maronite population was in desperate need of a priest. They wrote to the then Patriarch to send priests, and on the 8th of May 1893, Father Yazbek and Father Dahtah arrived on the shores of Sydney. With overwhelming support from the local Maronites, St. Maroon's in Redfern was dedicated on the 10th of January 1897. On the 16th of August 1959, Our Lady of Lebanon in Carlton, Victoria was consecrated. The Maronite Sisters of the Holy Family arrived in 1968, and the building of Our Lady of Lebanon Church in Harris Park began with the foundation stone being laid on the 22nd of March 1970. In December of 1972, the hall and school at Our Lady of Lebanon were blessed and opened. On the 6th of February 1972, the Maronite Order of Monks arrived and found their residency on Highclere Avenue in Punchbowl, and their first Divine Liturgy was celebrated in the new church of St. Charbel on Christmas Eve of 1974. In October 1973, the first Maronite bishop, the late Archbishop Abdul Khalifi, arrived and established the eparchy under the name of the Maronite patron Saint Maroon. The Maronite Sisters of the Holy Family and the Congregation of the Antonine Sisters established more schools and childcare centres. They also built nursing homes to care for the aging Maronite population. In September of 1982, Our Lady of Lebanon Wollongong was dedicated, and in 1989, on the 26th of February, St. Maroon's in Greenslope, Brisbane was dedicated. On the 4th of March 1991, Bishop Emeritus Joseph Hutti was appointed as the second Maronite Bishop of Australia. Under his patronage, the high schools in Harris Park and Punchbowl were blessed. The Congregation of Lebanese Missionaries were also invited to Australia and began to work in the local Maronite parishes until the building and development of their parish in Mount Druitt with the construction of St. John the Beloved. On the 8th of February 2002, the third Maronite bishop was installed as the eparch of the Maronite Catholic Church in Australia, and work continued to grow under his care and patronage. Maronite Care, the welfare agency of the Maronite Eparchy of Australia, was established in 2004 in order to enhance the well-being of all within our diverse community. On the 17th of April 2013, Pope Francis announced the appointment of Bishop Antoine Charbel Tarabay as the fourth Maronite Bishop of Australia, ordained on the 25th of May 2013 by His Eminence and Beatitude Marbshara Butrus Cardinal Rai. Bishop Tarabay was officially installed as the fourth Bishop of Australia on the 3rd of June 2013. A young and active bishop, His Excellency immediately set to work and produced a 7-priority plan covering the major needs of the Maronite Church in Australia. Under the patronage of Bishop Antoine Charbel Tarabay, His Eminence and Beatitude Marbshara Butrus Cardinal Rai visited Australia. A first ever Australian Maronite Youth Convention was held in 2015. Also in 2015, a new monastic order, known as the Maronite Order of the Blessed Virgin Mary, were invited to join the growing Maronite Eparchy of Australia. Father Superior Johanna Khalifi arrived and established the John Paul II Monastery in Ryde, and his successor, Father Superior John Paul Basile, continues the work in establishing a new parish in Ryde. 2 new aged care facilities in Harris Park and in Punchbowl are being established and built. Seeing the need for dialogue between Christians and Muslims, Bishop Tarabay led an interfaith committee that co-celebrates with Christians and Muslims the feast of the Annunciation to Mary. The relics of our Maronite father Saint Maroon arrived on the shores of Australia for the very first time, and on the 9th of February 2018, they were venerated at Saint Maroon's Cathedral. Also on this feast, Bishop Tarabay blessed and opened the first Australian Maronite seminary in Redfern. A historic moment in the life of the Maronites in Australia was witnessed also on the 17th of March 2018, with the ordination of the first married man, Father Daniel Nuh, to the priesthood. With a strong and well-established past and the need to continue into the future, Bishop Antoine Charbel Tarabay saw a need for an Australian Maronite assembly, where the clergy and the faithful work collaboratively to listen, understand, act and respond to the needs of the Maronite Church and her people in Australia. And here we are today, at the first Australian Maronite Diocesan Assembly. As of today, the Maronites can be found right throughout Australia. In New South Wales, our parishes include St Maroon's Cathedral, Our Lady of Lebanon Co-Cathedral, St George, St Joseph, St Charbel, St John the Beloved, St Raymond, St Rapha, Our Lady of Lebanon in Wollongong, and Christ Redeemer in the Hills. In Victoria, Our Lady of Lebanon in Thornbury and St Charbel's in Coburg. In South Australia, St Maroon in Westbourne Park. In Queensland, St Maroon in Greenslopes. In Western Australia, St Charbel's Parish. Our Mass centres throughout Australia include Sacred Heart Church Queensland, Our Lady of Lourdes Earlwood, St Leonard Naremburn, St Gerald Dandenong Victoria, St Maroon Dulwich Hill, the East Melbourne Quasi Parish, in Canberra, St Thomas More, and St Amtala in Appin. Our diocesan and religious educational institutions include Maronite College of the Holy Family Harris Park, St Maroon's College Dulwich Hill, St Charbel's College Punchbowl, Antonine College Melbourne, the Sisters of the Holy Family Childcare Centre, and the Antonine Sisters Childcare Centre. Our aged care facilities include Maronite Sisters of the Holy Family Villages in Dulwich Hill and Marrickville, St Paul's Hostel in Melbourne, as well as the 2 new aged care facilities currently under construction at St Charbel Punchbowl and Our Lady of Lebanon in Harris Park.